Don't mind me, just making a couple of adjustments. How is the audio coming in for those of you that are watching this? I want to make sure that the game audio is not too loud. We should be good right around there. I haven't actually started the game yet, but I will soon. And it's funny because this will actually be the very first time that I get to stream the Switch version of Bayonetta. Normally, when I'm streaming Bayonetta, I'm usually playing on the PC version because it seems easier to do since I'm running everything on the same machine. But considering how I will be playing Bayonetta 2 and then 3 all on the same platform, I figured it'd be better to keep it all under the same theme by making it where I play 1, 2, and 3 all on the same platform. Okay, so the audio does sound good. I will be booting up Bayonetta, and if you guys hear Bayonetta, or what I should say is, if the game sounds too loud, do let me know so that I can make these adjustments as we move forward. So, in case you guys are not aware, because I posted this on Twitter, but I don't usually make these announcements on YouTube. The purpose of the stream is since Bayonetta 3 is inching closer and closer, I figured now would be the best time for me to revisit the Bayonetta franchise, starting with 1 all the way to 2, doing what is essentially a brand new Let's Play. A new Let's Play that lets me talk about Bayonetta in its entirety. Normally when I stream Bayonetta, I'm always doing Angel Slayer, but I rarely ever get to do the campaign. And when I first did my Let's Play years ago, I did a commentary for Bayonetta 1, and that video is outdated because back then I was kind of an amateur when it came to doing commentaries, and I was also pretty terrible at Bayonetta. But now that I've gotten much better at this game, I feel like a new run is in order. And with this new run, I want to try to sort of give you my thoughts on the franchise as a whole, while also trying to guide new players into the game. So this is going to be a commentary plus walkthrough, where I just goof around and just talk about what I think about this, I mean, that's usually how Let's Plays go, but I want to be as informative as I possibly can. And so for those of you that are watching the stream, I do hope that you guys, or I should say not even hope, if you guys have any questions about the Bayonetta franchise, whether it be how to play the game or how to do these particular techniques, so on and so forth, don't be afraid to ask. I'm willing to answer as much as I possibly can, especially for the first game. The second game, I'm not really good with the second game. So you're not going to really hear any high-level stuff concerning the second game. This is more about the first game, but I will still be playing Bayonetta 2, and I'm probably going to be ranting more about Bayonetta 2 as we progress, but I'm already getting ahead of myself. I think it's time that we actually jump into Bayonetta 1. But before I do that, I want to do something fun. I want to do a little commemorative moment so that when we reach Bayonetta 3, I can make it a tradition. So this is what I'm going to do, because I actually don't use groups. I don't know why. I should. So I'm going to go ahead and create a group, and I'm going to smash Bayonetta right into that group. And we're going to call this the Bayonetta Trilogy. Boom. We are putting in Bayonetta 1 first. I will not put in the second game until we reach the second game, and I will not put in the third game until we reach the third game. How's that for a little fun, right? What difficulty will I choose? Well, I actually thought about it long and hard, And I was tempted to do non-stop infinite climax, and believe me, I don't have a problem playing the game on the hardest difficulty. But what I intend to do is start this game with a fresh new save file. A fresh new save file, which means that I'll be playing the game on normal mode. Now, obviously, when you beat the game and you unlock hard mode and non-stop infinite climax mode, you can start a fresh new file with the higher difficulties. But the idea behind this run is to sort of explain how the game works from the perspective of someone who is new to the game, or someone who is unfamiliar or maybe inexperienced. So for the purpose of this entire Let's Play, I will be playing the game on normal mode, but when I finish the campaign for Bayonetta, I do want to do another run through the game while skipping all the cutscenes, because I will be playing out the cutscenes here. I'll be skipping the cutscenes on my second playthrough while playing the game on hard mode, or maybe non-stop infinite climax mode. We'll see how it goes. But for now, this is more of just me sitting back and relaxing and just chilling out and talking about the one game that I love the most. That is in Wonderful 101. Okay, let's do it! Bayonetta, let's go. Alright, I want to make sure that I am very comfy, because we're in this for the long run. Although, probably not today. I think I'm only going to be able to stream this game for about a good 2 hours, because after that, I do got to get going. I'll let this introduction play out. You guys tell me if the audio is too loud or too low. I want to try my best to sort of find the right balance. And I feel like I should take off my glasses, because I only need these glasses for seeing things from far away, and the screen is right up in my face.
Rise, my child. Rise to realize your true potential.
Oh, and in case you guys are wondering, I will be using a regular Pro controller for Bayonetta. It's a pretty good, solid controller for a game like this. I've tried all sorts of other controllers, and in fact, I do have the SN30 Plus controllers, which are pretty good, but it does have a very rubbery trigger, and I need these triggers to be snappy. Alright, let's start a new game. As you can see, I've played this game a lot, because I already have Zero unlocked, and I have Jeanne unlocked. Has anyone told you you'd be an ideal cosplayer for Kratos from the original God of War? I mean, I don't have the muscles for that. I wish I did, but I don't. I got the face, I guess, but not the muscles. Like, I've been losing weight, but I'm not a beefcake, okay? So I kind of wish I was, but nah. I don't have a membership with YouTube as far as anything goes. I've kept everything simple. I don't like doing these tier things, and I don't like doing these things where I allow people to donate money. I don't do that. I do all of this for free because I feel like doing that kind of stuff would be a little obnoxious. You know, I don't like telling people, hey, you know, subscribe and pay for this stuff. I don't like doing that. I do it for free just out of pure passion. Okay? Okay, we're gonna do normal mode. As much as I want to do hard mode, it's better that we do it on normal. Oh yeah, no, the series controller is way better. I have it. Just so you know, I have a lot of controllers. I have a PlayStation controller. I have a bunch of stuff. I try every single one of these things, and to be perfectly honest, I do think this is top tier controller. But the Switch controller ain't bad either. Honestly, this is a very phenomenal introduction for Bayonetta, throwing you right into battle.
Long since erased from the records of time, there once existed two European clans who served as overseers of history for the powers that be. The Umbra Witches, dwellers of the darkness, and the Lumen Sages, controllers of the light. The clans paid each other great respect, and their efforts to maintain the balance between them defended the just passage of time. Yet one day, that balance was toppled.
Now, if you didn't know, the man who's narrating this introduction is, spoiler alert, Luka's father. I believe his name is Antonio Redgrave. Redgrave is a name that Kamiya always loved. It was the name that the original protagonist of Resident Evil 4 was gonna have. Of course, for those of you out there who may not know, and honestly I'd be surprised if you didn't know, but at one point Resident Evil 4 was gonna be a very different game from the one we got today. It was a game that was originally being developed by Kamiya, but it was so wildly different that it was then taken apart and rebuilt together to form what we know today as Devil May Cry. However, when Devil May Cry came about, they decided to change the name yet again. Or not even yet again, because I know like there have been a lot of different names over time. We had Redgrave, I think it was Anthony Redgrave. Then we went to what's his name from Resident Evil 4, the actual protagonist of that game, Leon S. Kennedy. Meanwhile, for Devil May Cry, we ended up with Dante. But Kamiya has always loved the Redgrave name, and so he likes to slip that in wherever he can. Even Devil May Cry 5 has a Redgrave reference with the city that they live in.
Their victory was short-lived. Fearing the witch's dark abilities, humans began to condemn the remaining Umbra. They launched the witch hunts, rounding up the battle-weary witches with little resistance and subjugating those who wished to continue the struggle. Human faith in the miracles of their god pushed the witch hunts further, and soon the Umbra witches, keepers of the darkness, were extinguished from the earth. All but one.
Will you be playing other games besides Bayonetta? For the time being, no. I do try to stream other games, but considering how I want to make this the roadmap leading up to Bayonetta 3, all of the streams that you're going to be seeing from here on out is nothing but Bayonetta. But then once I'm done with Bayonetta 3 in the future, I will be jumping into other stuff, so don't worry. And who knows, maybe sometimes around the weekend I might shake it up with other stuff. So I really can't say that I will never pry away from Bayonetta. It's just that the focus right now is Bayonetta. But we'll see how it goes, okay? Hey, Ruya, what's up, buddy? Nice of you to catch the stream. From what you're watching here, you're seeing a strange cult in a plane doing these unspeakable actions. What could they be doing? Honestly, I'm surprised we don't have a costume for Jeanne where she's wearing that hat. Unless my memory is faulty, I don't think Jeanne ever actually gets to wear that hat in gameplay. If I'm wrong, let me know. Costume change, that's right. Okay, so since I'm playing the Switch version of the game, I do get access to these special costumes right from the get-go. You know, the Nintendo costumes. Let me see. And these are really cool. I love that PlatinumGames went out of their way to add something special for the Nintendo port of this game. For the most part, these are all just aesthetic changes, but there is one that actually changes the game dynamically. When you play as Link, you get access to the parry ability right from the very start. So I'm wondering if maybe I can cheat a little bit and play as the Link outfit first before moving on to the Muna Mahakala equipment once that's available. Or maybe not. Nah, let's keep it vanilla. Let's keep it vanilla all the way through. We're going to be playing as old school Bayonetta no matter what. Let me go ahead and make a new save file just to make sure that everything is a-okay. I'm going to go ahead and save it over this one. Yeah, I want to make sure that my other saves are not tampered with. As you can see, I already have 2 of these. They're basically duplicates of each other, so that in the off chance that I accidentally save over the first one, I still have the second one. And I have this one down here just for safety precautions. Oh yeah, that's right. When you're using the Metroid costume, well, the Samus outfit, your Panther Within turns into the ball, which is kind of cute, actually. I like it a lot. Yeah, with mods, anything exists in Bayonetta. I mean, hell, there's a mod where you get to play as Kermit the Frog. And you could thank Ursa for making that suggestion. Is Jeanne better than Cereza? In terms of gameplay, I think Jeanne definitely has a little bit of an edge on her playstyle over Bayonetta. This being that she has infinite dodging while Bayonetta can only do a maximum of 6 before falling into a cooldown. The caveat though is that with with Jeanne, you have to get those bat within dodges to be able to trigger the actual witch time, because regular dodges will not work if you want to get that witch time. And isn't it lovely how Hideki Kamiya loves it when people piss on his name?
It looks like Humpty Dumpty's taking his last fall. Even old Eggman the Destroyer gets
Some of the alfheims are incredibly hard with Jeanne. Yeah, no, absolutely. Jeanne is a pretty tricky character to play with. But the benefit here is that once you master Jeanne, you've basically mastered the entire game. And it becomes child's play going back to playing as Bayonetta.
Reading the good Lord's book ain't gonna do much. People been waiting for this asshole to get whacked for ages. Please. Hell, look around.
Absolutely harder. How many mechanical overhaul mods? DMC 3 and 5 have notable stuff. Wonderful 101 has mainly fixes. Unfortunately, from my understanding, there hasn't really been much in the mechanical tweaks for Bayonetta. Unfortunately. As far as I know, the only thing I've seen from the last cheat table I used was infinite dodging and infinite magic, but that's about it. But those are standard stuff.
Don't you?
Enzo's durability is underrated. Oh, absolutely. Enzo is the man who's able to survive anything. And as much of an asshole as he is, he's actually a pretty loving father. This man will always talk about his kids. He must be a fantastic father, man. I mean, his kids must love him so much. I mean, I'm not surprised. These kinds of folks, they got a heart of gold, no matter how much of a jerk they can be on the outside.
Making me a birthday cake tonight. Cute little fuckers, I tell you what.
See what I mean?
Well then,
loving father.
Adios.
Adios to Eggman. A character we never actually get to see. Wouldn't it be interesting if we actually get a glimpse of Eggman the Destroyer in Bayonetta 3? That would actually be something.
I hate this damn light. I can't see a thing. Oh, but they're there, ain't they? You hearing me?
Hey man, you know what? If you want to replay Bayonetta 1 and 2, you should, just to get into the groove and set yourself up for when Bayonetta 3 comes out.
Oh my God.
Dear Lord, grant us guidance and keep safe the souls of our loved ones for all eternity.
Isn't Eggman Kamiya? I don't know. From my understanding, Eggman is just a side character that Kamiya decided to just throw together. Coming up with a goofy name because he thought no other game used that name, but as any Sonic fan will tell you, that name has been put to good use. Now that's an emote right there. We need to take a picture of that. Or not even a picture. We need to make a GIF out of Enzo with his... Yeah, no, the Eggman here is not an actual reference to the Sonic Eggman. He just thought it was a goofy name and he wanted to use it somewhere here. Oh, by the way, this nun knows how to kick ass. Well, it's a little too soon to see if Hellena Taylor is completely missing in action. We'll just have to wait and see. A lot of people have the theory that Hellena Taylor is in Bayonetta 3. It's just that she's voicing the actual Bayonetta. But that's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching. Okay, you guys can leave. I said the whole horrible cringe shit. Enzo Pog. Absolutely, that's Poggers. It ain't Eggman the Destroyer that comes out, but Rodin. And Rodin's a total badass. If anything, I would love to cosplay Rodin. I would just have to shave my hair bald and probably get that sick-ass Mike Tyson tattoo. Get that sweet-ass jacket. Maybe I might pull off a good Rodin cosplay. Oh no, sorry and Dash, he already covered a lot of good shit with Bayonetta. I'm just here to do a casual stream while talking about my way of playing the game. You don't have to follow what I say, but, you know, it's always nice to see how other people play Bayonetta, you know what I mean? I mean, a lot of people say I'm good at this game. I don't know if I'm good at Bayonetta, but, you know, it's your choice on whether or not you want to learn from a guy like me. Oh, hide your kids! You don't want them to see this! Bro, I love how Rodin just prepares to toss out these guns. These two are a fantastic duo. It's a shame that Rodin doesn't hang out with Bayonetta. But hey, someone's got to watch over the gates of hell, you know? Hey man, if you gotta go, you gotta go. All these streams will be available on video on demand on YouTube, so no worries.
Throwing me these cheap toys.
Don't worry about quality. I've got quantity.
It sure is going to be a quantity time. Yeah, I know about the naive angel mode, which I think is a very funny inclusion, but I'm probably not going to be the one to use it. Although, it's probably helpful for a lot of streamers that don't want to show nudity on stream. But screw that. I will gladly show the world Bayonetta's skin. And it's a home run!
That was your last call. No more shots from me, Bayonetta.
You ain't gonna get my help. As if Bayonetta needs Rodin's help. Well, actually she does, because who else supplies the weapons for her? As long as there's music, I'll keep on dancing. Let's kick ass. Touch controls? What do I look like? A casual? To hell with that shit. Oh yeah, we do gotta talk about the tutorial, which is kind of lame. Like, if anything, I do want to go into a little bit of detail with the tutorial. I think for the most part, Bayonetta does a fine job of explaining to the players what needs to be done in order to understand Bayonetta's combat system. But I kind of feel like there should have been a little bit more to the tutorial. Because, yeah, it is cool that the game isolates away from the danger so that you can see what Bayonetta is capable of. But I feel like a better tutorial would be to have a world where you are tasked with doing something with Bayonetta's controls in order to proceed further. But this is a fine tutorial in and of itself. In order to punch, all you gotta do is press the X button. Mash it for combos. And what did you know? There is another button that lets you kick. The idea is to figure out all the combinations of combos you can do with punch and kick. And there's actually quite a few here that you can do. My personal favorite is this one. Punch, 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 kick. Hold on. Let's get the angel out. This is my personal favorite combo. Punch, 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 kick, kick, kick. It's a really good combo because that kick allows Bayonetta to do a sweep kick. And that sweep makes the enemies fall to the floor, and when they fall to the floor, they're completely helpless, allowing you to follow it up with another sweep and then a wicked weave. Very devastating combo, especially in the early game where you don't have access to your aerial tools. Like, you can't do launchers yet. Well, actually you can, but you don't have aerial moves like Afterburner Kick. So the punch, 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 kick, kick, kick combo is really good as a starter combo in my personal opinion. But that's not all. We get to evade, one of Bayonetta's best tools in the game. A dedicated dodge button. Of course, if you dodge at the right moment, you activate Witch Time, a really good counter system. However, the Witch Time ability is something that should be treated as a crutch. One of the biggest mistakes that people do when they play Bayonetta is rely too much on Witch Time, where they're not on the offense. Instead, they just stand there and wait for the enemies to attack and then go into Witch Time. Kamiya knew that people would do this, which is why as you progress through the game, you will be running into enemies that have attacks that can't trigger Witch Time. It's kind of on the punishing side, but it kind of makes sense because Kamiya never wants people to fall into the comfort zone. Alright, here we go. Halo. I know that game. Man, I feel so helpless without all of the tools that Bayonetta normally has. That is the burden of playing a new game file. A new save game, I should say. Yep, all I got are pistols. Now comes, in my opinion, a terrible tutorial. In this segment, the game teaches you that Bayonetta is able to shoot with the same buttons that you use for doing combos. So even though you can combo with punch and kick, you are also allowed to shoot by holding down your punch and kick button. This is a phenomenal ability for Bayonetta. I don't know if ability is the right term here. I think the mechanic is really good because you have the option of punching and shooting or punching with shooting. But the problem with this tutorial is that it explains to you this sort of thing in a short segment, and then once you leave this segment, you kind of forget that you're able to do this. I'm saying this from the perspective of a person who's new to Bayonetta. I've seen a lot of Let's Players. They'll figure this out and then forget all about that because it's so easy to go back to the comfort zone of mashing your combos. And I mean, who wouldn't mash combos? Bayonetta's pretty damn powerful with her combos. I feel like in this segment, instead of having a tutorial showing you this sort of thing, I feel like we should have maps all around Bayonetta where there are these enemies that are at a far distance where you cannot reach them whatsoever. And that will prompt you to use the shooting aspect behind the punch and kick button. And then once you are able to do a punch and kick attack with the shooting and get to that wicked weave, you can then kill the enemy from a distance, and that will sort of condition the players to figure out that you can use this against any enemies from any distance. The shooting ability that Bayonetta has allow you to do combos from just about any position you're in, which is what makes Bayonetta such a fun character. Unfortunately, for new players, they don't really get that concept because again, it's easy to fall back into the comfort zone of button mashing, which there's really nothing wrong with doing that in the grand scheme of things, I suppose. But shooting is a very, very important mechanic because, I should say, it's a very important tool because that will allow you to graduate to Bayonetta's best ability, which is the dodge offset, which is unfortunately never explained to the player in this game. Well, we already know that Bayonetta can shoot. How about we go into the bullet climax? For this one, it's a special input where you have to rotate the stick and then press punch or kick. Pretty cool ability. But honestly, I don't find myself ever in a situation where I need to use this one. It's still a really sick move to do. Alright. Back to the game. See how I'm able to control the enemy from a distance? It's not always about physical attacks. I honestly think Bayonetta's bullets are the best part of the game. It gives you an immense amount of control over the battlefield. Oops. Whose car was that? I sure hope you have good insurance, Enzo.
Haven't you figured it out yet? There's no quarter for you in this world.
I took damage at one point, so unfortunately I got a platinum. I'm not good at this game.
Should be paying me
DarksydePhil section. Let me let you in on a dark secret of mine. I actually had the same DarksydePhil experience. I had no idea where to go after Enzo was taken away. I looked away for a brief moment during my first playthrough of Bayonetta, and I ended up stuck in the graveyard for hours. Yeah, I was a total noob when I played Bayonetta for the very first time. I hope you guys can forgive me. I'm terrible at this game.
You keep bellyaching like that, and you're liable to
I feel once you really get good with Scarborough Fair and learn mechanics fully, it really helps with the rest of the weapons, honestly. Yes, absolutely. Mastering Scarborough Fair, I think,
rush on us.
is the best thing you can do with Bayonetta, because once you fully understand how Scarborough Fair works, you can then graduate to the other weapons.
Such a popular chap. I bet they hate him down there as much as you did when he was up here. We just need to make sure he won't come crawling back when they kick him out.
Nothing a flower bed can't fix. Fill her up.
God damn it.
You
Poor
go
Enzo.
now. Finish up in 5 minutes or you're walking home to your cake and candy.
Why they gotta do this to this man on his birthday? Come on, man. Cut the guy some slack. I mean, yeah, he's an asshole, but... Damn.
What a day! I'm screwed!
If you listen carefully, you can hear the song Magical Sound Shower on the radio.
Take every cent I earned on this charade to pay for the
I always love that little detail. If you didn't know, Magical Sound Shower is a song from the game Outrun. A really good Sega game.
Enzo, the road. Pay attention.
How can you be so calm? You're still getting screwed in all this too. Of all the low-life scum in too deep in this town, I've never seen one get wrapped up in a fight with God's messengers.
Ooh, sweet, swappable steering wheels. This car's got great customization.
When you end up in the afterlife, that's not going to be pretty.
I can't help it if I like the little outfits. The toys are nice too.
I fucking love Enzo so much.
You woke up stuck in a casket at the bottom of a lake. All you can remember is that you're a witch. But now, you're stuck because you gotta sacrifice our halo-wearing friends every day or they'll drag your ass back down to hell. I know, I thought I got screwed, but being forced to slap around the divine for a living, it's really getting screwed.
If I needed a biographer, you wouldn't be my first choice.
I wonder who Bayonetta's biographer would be. What would be her first choice?
That was our
Not like she has a choice though, because I get the feeling Luka may fill in that role.
I'm working for free after this. At least let me get a drink at Rodon's before you start grilling me. The info I got is good. It's gonna get you close to finding the other stone in the pair and figuring out some of that lost past of yours. I swear.
Don't swear, it's not nice.
After jewels instead of cash, just like a girl. Jesus, can't you take a joke?
Enzo. Someone's given you a present. Too bad. I can't stand bugs.
Bayonetta sure has an extremely strong, keen eye. And if you notice carefully, that's Luka driving that car. Definitely tailing in on Bayonetta.
Huh? What the fuck?
Oh, by the way, airplane on the highway. Oh yeah, no, Rodon is the ultimate jack of all trades. That's why I love him. I would love to cosplay as Rodon if given the chance. I wish I was as cool as Rodon. The choreography for this game is out of this world. face to face on the battlefield.
What's the matter, Bayonetta? All that sleeping made you soft.
I'm not buff enough, I know. I already mentioned this with with Kratos. Well, we're not actually gonna fight Jeanne. Instead, we're just gonna learn how to use magic. Kinda lame, but okay. Really, all you gotta do is beat up the angels. Make sure you don't get hit. Once you have enough magic, let her rip! Oh no, I'm already hitting the gym. I've been on a long journey losing weight. I've mentioned it several times before already, but I used to be 300 pounds, and I've lost about a good 150, so I'm at 150 pounds. I'm proud of myself for having lost so much weight. Alright, let me beat up the enemies and make sure I get to ×9 multiplier, and then we could get going. Actually, I'm done. Pure platinum. Now that's the way to do it. By the way, random truck. Man, don't you just hate having those days where a plane and a truck and a car just crash in the middle of the street? I mean, I live in Miami. This is a typical thing. The memories are starting to come back. I wonder who that girl could be. Totally not a love interest or anything like that.
Those assholes sure know how to get attention. Even perk the ears of the hotheads down home.
You don't say.
It's getting harder and harder to tell the worlds apart. Human world. Inferno.
You're lucky. Try living in France.
So,
I wish.
tell the difference.
I wouldn't mind visiting France, but living in France must be a whole nother story.
Purgatorio in the middle. Fight long enough in there and you'll really lose sight. Why the sudden interest in metaphysics?
It's a balance, right?
I showed my old buddies my old photos of what I used to look like versus now, and I'm unrecognizable in a good way. That is exactly how I am today. I could show you old photos of how I used to look like, and you guys would think that I have like some long lost brother who's chubbier out there.
Heaven and hell can tear each other to pieces for all I care. I've got my own problems to worry about.
Something's up. Everything was a bit too bracing. And Enzo's tip makes the timing too perfect. This reeks of a setup. Someone in one of those lost memories calling you out.
Look at all those sweet weapons that we'll one day be able to use.
These babies are special. Built from an alloy the devil himself would kill to get his hands on. Don't break these, because they're one of a kind.
One of a kind. You see that? Mommy likes. These weapons are hot, powerful, stylish. Hey, Sliding Panda Man, what's going on, buddy? I don't think I've seen you in a while. How's it going?
Calling me out. I don't go in for strange offers. Then again, I'm getting a little tired of these weaklings they keep throwing at me. Maybe I should aim for something a bit more high class.
Este juego yo lo conozco, es una copia de DMC. Capcom debería demandarlos. Yeah, they should. In case you guys don't understand, he's saying this game looks like a copy of DMC.
Into your affairs, but I'm pretty
Capcom should sue. Maybe they should.
aren't the type to wait for you to finish.
Or maybe, just maybe, Capcom and Sega and Nintendo should collaborate and make some sort of a Devil May Cry Bayonetta crossover, don't you think?
Enzo, her
I feel like that's what they should do, and yet we have yet to see that. Why? Even though Bayonetta and Devil May Cry's mechanics may be a little different, I feel like a crossover could totally work. Damn! I only got a platinum. I told you guys I suck at this game. I'm terrible. I'm so sorry. You guys are just gonna see some low quality gameplay out of me. Oh yeah, Angel Attack. I actually want to talk about this for a second. This is a fun little mini game that I'm kind of sad they got rid of in Bayonetta 2. But essentially all you're really doing is shooting these little angels and earning Halo out of this. Or not Halo, you're earning points, which you can then use to redeem a few things. Let me tell you what's the best thing you should redeem, if I'm able to afford it. Let's see. Let's do it. Let's see if I can get it. The good thing is I'm not on a time limit, so I can aim when I want to, or shoot when I want to. Alright, I can afford it. Okay, these items, do not buy them. One of the biggest mistakes that a lot of players do when playing Bayonetta for the first time is waste their points on these items. These items are worthless. Literally, actually, because you can make these items completely for free. All you got to do is collect the ingredients all around the stages that you explore and then put them together in a cauldron. Boom, bam, you get these items free of charge. So what should you buy when you're playing Bayonetta and you don't want to focus on the items? This, the Gold Moon Pearl. This is an item that people sleep on. Now, if you guys don't know what this is, think of it as the eternal testimony, where you are essentially granted 2 free magic at any given moment if there is no magic. And the best part about this is that you're not penalized for using the Gold Moon Pearl. I honestly think this is one of the best things that Bayonetta has that people don't often talk about. But that's why I'm making it a point to make this more apparent, I suppose. I don't know if that's the right choice of word. I'm making it much more noticeable. Okay? Everything else, don't even bother. Don't bother with these items. Focus on the Gold Moon Pearl. And if you don't want to focus on the Gold Moon Pearl, then just redeem your points for Halos. End of story. And if I catch any of you guys buying these items, I will go to your house. And I will frown upon you for the entire night. All right. So now we're entering chapter 1, and I'm hoping that by the end of chapter 1, I should have enough time to do chapter 2. But if not, after the end of chapter 1, I'll call it a day, and I'll try to stream sometime in the following week, maybe around Monday or the following Friday. We'll see how it goes. But let's not waste time. Let's go straight into the action. Chapter 1, Angel's Metropolis. I guess my family is showing up.
So, I asked around, and some whale in Europe is trying to fence a huge rock on
So
the
here's
black market.
Enzo
He
with
calls
his
it
exposition.
the Right Eye, saying it's part of some set called the Eyes of the World. Fits the bill of what you're after, don't it? Now, here's the funny bit. The stone passes around the halls of power for hundreds
Yeah. Chaos Emeralds, I get it.
and then the black market goes white hot for the thing. But the seller wanted an arm and a leg for it, to the point no one could stomach the price. So back goes the stone. But not before everyone figures out where the guy is. You're gonna enjoy doing this one, I bet. I love sticking it to the
Well, I mean, yeah, Magic Flute is great for speed running, but here's the thing. I'm not a speedrunner. I would like to take a shot at being a speedrunner for Bayonetta, actually. One day, we'll see how it goes. The thing is, though, that I would be a terrible speedrunner. Because with Bayonetta, when I try to speedrun, I end up getting lost in the mechanics and I just start doing goofy combos and I just sort of forget that I'm doing something. I would make a terrible speedrunner. But yeah, I know about the Magic Flute trick, especially in Route 666. I've seen Yoshesk explain it and pull it off during one of her streams. Strike a pose! Such a great song. Oops, sorry. We interrupt this important song for the rest of the story. The time has come, and so have I. Kirby Netta. Probably the most iconic thing that Creative Handle has created. Creative Handle has a very creative handle. Anyway. I want to show you guys a really cool trick here. It's not the most amazing trick, but it's one that is often overlooked. So, for a lot of you guys out there, you may already know how to collect the broken moon pearls. And honestly, this is a very esoteric explanation here. Like, I'm almost surprised people were able to figure this out on their own. But when you jump to the very top of this balcony, you'll see these chairs. Now, if you break all the chairs, the train will depart. And when it departs, it'll leave behind a broken moon pearl. Big whoop, everybody knows that. But there is another hidden secret here, and let me show you guys what that secret is. First, let's go ahead and break all the benches. Don't worry, I'm almost done. Okay. Let's make sure I do not mess this up. Let's see. I'm almost done. I believe... Okay, no. Is this the last one? Nope. Okay, this is the last one. So, The moment you break the last bench, immediately get on top of the train. Let's see if I can do it. And ride it into the tunnel. What did that do? You get free 10,000 halos. A nice way to boost up your currency to help get a head start in a few of the unlockables that you can get in this game. And of course, don't forget to pick up the Broken Moon Pearl. Oh my god. Hit him! There we go. Very nice. Oh yeah, Bayonetta without the Panther is a totally different game. I hate that I don't have all of Bayonetta's tools because Panther Within is such a fantastic ability for a number of reasons. Also, along the way, you'll be picking up these notebooks, and I don't think I'll be reading them. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, who knows. Okay. I am not a fan of this explanation right here. You see, Wicked Weaves, in my opinion, is the best ability that Bayonetta has. Unfortunately, instead of isolating Bayonetta away from the combat, like it does in the first chapter, well not the first, the prologue, you're just given a splash page that just says, hey, there are Wicked Weaves in the game. Use it. And it's like, what? Like, why doesn't the game explain to the players how to do it? It just tells you it exists, and that's about it. I honestly think there should have been a tutorial that explains to the player that Wicked Weaves are done by finishing your combos. I think that would have been nice. Instead, it's all relegated to the splash page, which kind of holds Bayonetta back, I suppose, because most people don't realize how good Wicked Weaves really are, you know? But yeah, the whole idea behind them is to finish your combo. Test your strength by dodging the lightning. Yes, sirree, we'll do just that. Let's break this thing. Wait, it doesn't break from the other side. That's weird. Now, even though I broke that platform in order to continue, we're not going to continue. After you break that thing, you want to backtrack because that is the only way to uncover the first of these hidden alfheims. Oh my god, Bayonetta is so slow without her Panther Within. Use which time Don't mind if I do. Give me 1 second. I'll answer you after I'm done with this segment. I'm just a little focused. Oh, come on. Shoot me already. Ah, I almost torture attack, but I couldn't get it in time. Dead! Because of the time, I think I did not get a pure platinum, unfortunately. What do I think the opening will be for Bayonetta 3? Well, according to the trailer, I get the feeling that the introduction will be during a moment where someone is crashing the wedding. Someone's wedding. We don't know whose wedding. Since you brought it up, Shizuma, I'm already making amends with the difficulty of Bayonetta 3. But here's the thing that I want when it comes to difficulty. Because a lot of people seem to think I want the game to be hard. It's not that I want the game to be hard. I want the game to reward me for playing in a more challenging way. Because here's the thing, Bayonetta 2 is easier than Bayonetta 1, but the game is also challenging. It's a very challenging game. It's just the challenge can be manipulated so that it's much more doable. And what I mean by that is, with Bayonetta 2, you're free to use items. There's no penalty for items. There's no penalty for repeating the same move over and over and over again. So it's way easier to mitigate the difficulty in Bayonetta 2 to make it more doable. I feel like for Bayonetta 3, if you want to allow the players to mitigate the difficulty, that's fine. But there should be something that's more rewarding for the players that decide to duke it out in the more challenging way. You know, high risk, high reward gameplay. That's what Bayonetta 3 needs, because Bayonetta 2 does not have high risk, high reward gameplay. Now, I really should stop making these tangents about Bayonetta 2, because believe me, when we get to Bayonetta 2, I'm going to start talking about everything that makes that game terrible, in my personal view. I still think Bayonetta 2 is a great game, but there are so many caveats with Bayonetta 2 that just rubs me the wrong way. So this is one of the only times I'll go on a tangent about Bayonetta 2. Let's leave all the Bayonetta 2 discussion for when we actually get to Bayonetta 2, because I will be playing Bayonetta 2 from start to end, okay? Let's keep it that way. Baked gecko. Kind of looks like those scorpion lollipops that my family loves to eat in El Salvador.
I knew it. This town's teeming with heaven's little helpers. It's making my buddies downstairs awfully nervous.
Oh yeah, most of the boss fights in Bayonetta suck, but oddly enough, I don't think Fortitudo sucks. I think Fortitudo is one of the better boss fights that Bayonetta has. Which isn't saying much, but in my personal opinion, the giant boss fights as a whole in these Bayonetta games are probably the worst aspect behind Bayonetta. But when we get to Fortitudo, I'll explain why I think Fortitudo is a great fight. Hey, Jozoga? Who is the secret identity of Wonder Bun? How's it going? Nice of you to catch the stream.
Since it seems you're spoiling for a fight, if you come across any of these, bring them to me, and I'll hook you up.
Rodon's the man, hooking you up with anything you need.
Pockets. I'm beginning to see why Enzo is so fond of you.
Real cute. But let's get one thing straight. Your fights are yours alone. I'm only here to watch my handiwork in action. So don't get any...
Oh boy, we're getting these bots. Nah,
No.
it was only a given that that would happen.
Straight.
Ignore the bots. If it gets real bad, I may have to find someone who's willing to monitor these streams. But honestly, I kind of don't want that. I kind of want to handle this all on my own. But if it gets real bad, I'll ask for someone's help. By the way, Bayonetta's best line. Bust a cap in your ass. She said it, not me. It's honestly an iconic line, as goofy as it is. Okay, before we actually get into the gates of hell, let's not forget this hidden heart that's up here in the balcony. And shucks, let's just destroy all these items so that we can get a couple of extra halos so that we can use to spend. On to the gates of hell.
You here for business or pleasure? Either way, I'll hook you up.
This symbol graces only the hottest of the hot items in my shop. If you're not sure what to go after, look for a face you can trust. That's not actually a bad thing to do. Definitely be on the lookout for the Rodon icons because they're meant to sort of guide you on what you should get. But let's go ahead and go through the techniques. And by the way, to reiterate this, when I was playing Angel Attack, do not, under any circumstances, waste any money on items. You can get this for free. Seriously, all the items that you collect in the game, you can use it to create your own items using the ingredients from the world. I see people spend so much money on green herbs and bloody roses to try to survive, and then they end up screwed because they're not able to afford the better stuff that Bayonetta has. In my personal opinion, the first thing you should definitely focus on is getting all of Bayonetta's techniques. Don't even worry about her health. Don't even worry about the magic. Just get the techniques. Having all of Bayonetta's ability is far better than just having survival tools. Or I should say, like, healing tools. Because you'll be able to survive much better once you do have all of Bayonetta's traits. Air dodge, absolutely the best thing to buy first. Because seriously, I'm surprised air dodge isn't even a natural thing, you know? Now, I'm able to buy one more thing, and I think the best thing to purchase is Afterburner Kick. Why? Because Afterburner Kicks are really good for setting up air combos, and you definitely want to have good air combos in Bayonetta, especially early on. Techniques, in my opinion, are the best things to buy first. I understand that for a lot of new players, they may want to buy items, you know, stock up on the items to heal, and that's not a bad thing. But think about it like this. Accessories are hella expensive. It's going to take a while before you can afford one of these things. Items, again, you can get these for free. You shouldn't be spending your money on items because then you'll be screwed out of the better stuff that you can get in the game. So that leaves you with the techniques. Buying techniques first should be mandatory. And I know the game says stiletto is the hot choice, but in my opinion, air dodge is the better way to go. Why? Because Bayonetta is much more suitable for air combos. That's why it's good to pair the air dodge with the afterburner kick. And with that, we are out of here. Oh yeah, no, I know. Bayonetta 1 is definitely a product of its time. It's a PS2 game that came out on the 360. You know what I mean? Like, think about it like that, because Kamiya had that PS2 mindset when he was working on Bayonetta. Because Bayonetta was basically Kamiya's first 6th generation console, was it? I forgot what generation the Xbox 360 was. I forgot what generation the 360 was. If you guys can confirm for me, that is essentially the first generation game that Kamiya ever worked on. You know what I mean? Okay, let me put it to you like this. Bayonetta is the first HD game that Kamiya ever developed. And he still had the PS2 mindset. See, with air dodging, now you have more mobility with Bayonetta. Look at that. You can cover more ground. You can cover the air. You can cover the ground. Don't mind me, just getting this arcade bullet. Let's also get the item here. Beautiful cutscene when you really think about it. All these magical flowers blooming around Bayonetta. The peace is being restored. And look, what is that? Beautiful angels. These are the lovable angels that you just want to hug and squeeze forever and ever and ever. And look, its name is Applaud. Let's give it a hand, shall we? And by giving it a hand, I mean a good old-fashioned ass whooping. You see how I'm able to defeat these enemies without ever actually getting up close to their face? That is the beauty of Bayonetta. Now, of course, we have our introduction to Brave, and I probably should not have skipped that cutscene. That was a force of habit. I will make sure not to do that ever again. Just pretend that Brave made its introduction here. Is it called Brave? I'm not sure if that's its name, right? Brave? Or Beloved? I need to make sure not to be skipping cutscenes. That's a terrible habit of mine. Yeah, no, Braves I think are the smaller one. This is Beloved. Pure Platinum, baby. The first of many. Well, I already got quite a few earlier. Okay, hold on. Just to make sure, because I gotta make sure that we get everything detailed here. No, not the notebook. Was it this? Yeah, here we go. It is Beloved. Beloved is a member of the Second Sphere class powers, ranked 6 in the angelic hierarchy. Its status is more that of a spiritual being, but it is also burdened with destroying the enemies of Paradiso. While still considered amongst the lower class of angels, Beloved's power is of a far higher order than that of a human. And even those with strong spiritual powers are seldom afforded the chance to meet this being. Excelling in combat, Beloved are known for brilliant exploits in demonic battles. Right. All you really gotta do is shove your Wicked Wee fists up its ass. Anyway, before we progress, it's time that we backtrack to find yet another hidden mission. Yeah, no, believe me, I skipped cutscenes 1,000 times. I gotta make sure to keep my hands away from the controller. Nice. That is exactly what I want to see. Nothing but pure plats, baby. Although I'm pretty sure I'll mess up at some point. So don't expect a perfect run out of me in this stream. Okay? You're only setting yourself up for disappointment because I'm not good at this game. Dead. Not fucking with you. Also, if you jump up here, you'll find another hidden heart. Break these down. Honestly, I think these walls should have been used as a Wicked Weave tutorial, where the game says you cannot get through until you throw out at least 3 Wicked Weaves. And then that would be the way to progress through the game. I think that would have been a great tutorial for the Wicked Weaves, don't you think? Okay, look, I'm not skipping cutscenes. I'm not skipping cutscenes.
do it. Let's go.
Now, normally, you're supposed to follow those other babes down to this balcony. But I find you don't even need to do that. As long as you stay up here and fight this dude, you'll be completely safe from danger. It's a bit of a cheat, but hey, it's not like the game is actually telling you to go there. And nothing is preventing you from staying here. All you gotta do is throw out as much Wicked Weaves as you possibly can against this dude. Of course, since we didn't go down to the balcony, we essentially broke the lore here, where the women that run down there, they're supposed to die against this creature, but since we didn't actually go down there, they didn't die. So, we are in the presence of a time paradox. Oh, but what's this? Seems like Beloved came back for more. Make sure to jump. And just start whooping his ass. And here comes a QTE. Very predictable. All you gotta do is press up and jump. Boom, bam. When you play this game as long as I have, you come to expect these QTEs, which is why I kind of find it silly when people say that Bayonetta is the worst game because it has awful QTE. And I'm not gonna say that, you know, the QTEs are good or anything, but at some point they become a non-issue once you've come to expect them. It's not like they're all random or anything. They're always the same button. It was a flashback, not going back in time. Shut up! Shut up! I was trying to make a joke. What do you mean, it was a flashback? You mean to tell me that Bayonetta is not able to travel through time? Sure could have fooled me. I mean, this game always has Bayonetta going up, like backwards and forwards and upwards and downwards everywhere. Is that a pure platinum? I think it was. Very nice. I totally am random stranger who we have yet to meet. Okay. Back to Angel Attack, baby. Once again, we're going to aim for that Golden Moon Pearl, which costs 40 points. So let's get those 40 points. There we go. Round over. Oh my. Gold Moon Pearl. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, I definitely have time for one more chapter, but hold on a sec. Because I know later today I'm going to go hang out with my friends. Give me 1 second. Totally not supposed to be doing this. This is very unprofessional. You guys looking at me going through my my phone. But I'm gonna make sure not to dilly-daddle too much on my phone. Yeah, okay. After this, I'm gonna be hanging out with my friends at the local arcade. If you guys are living in Miami, you guys should stop by. The place is called Arcade Odyssey. Okay, let's get to the gates of hell, see if there's anything I can afford.
An Angelic Kim's Gold LP. Got your hands on something awfully rare, haven't you?
Oh yeah, LPs. I didn't really talk about that. Along the way, you'll be finding these vinyl records. Find them, hand them to Rodon, you'll get a nice shiny weapon.
Circles. Then I can use them to breathe life into what I make best. Weapons of mass destruction. Tell you what, you
Oh yeah, no, the Wonderful 101 QTEs are amazing. In my personal opinion, I think the QTEs in Wonderful 101 are handled way better than any other game made by Platinum. In most other PlatinumGames games, you always have to press buttons in certain ways. But in Wonderful 101, you actively have to draw the shape before actually doing the QTE. And the best part about it is the larger the weapon, the more points you get out of that. So you're rewarded for doing a bigger QTE, which I think is really cool, you know?
all done. He's a little rude, but he makes up for it with charm. Be nice to him, okay?
Don't worry, I'll be nice to the Onyx Rose. It is a pretty fancy weapon, a really cool shotgun, but we're not focusing on the shotgun. We're focusing on the rest of Bayonetta's tools. Alright, Tetsuzankos is the next best thing for you to buy. You know how I mentioned Wicked Weaves are very important in this game? Tetsuzankos are essentially the extension of the Wicked Weaves they're able to do. By inputting this command, back front punch, you'll be able to throw out a very powerful Wicked Weave instantly, as long as you got enough magic for it, which is why the Gold Moon Pearls are so useful. You'll have plenty of magic to always be throwing these out at any given moment. Plus, what makes these Tetsu so good is that they give you a breather against any enemies that love to charge at you. So Tetsus are definitely the next best thing for you to buy. From here, I think it would be best if I buy the Heal Slide, which is one of my favorite abilities in the game. This one's really cool because it allows you to maneuver around enemies from underneath them. Really great repositioning ability. Heel Stomp, can't afford it. Breakdance, I can, but I don't really need to breakdance right now. Neither does Bayonetta. I don't know how to breakdance just yet. Starto! Alright, this will be the last chapter for the day. Okay, guys? Let's do it. Look! Up in the sky! A really awesome metal album cover! Man, I really hope Bayonetta 3 takes some cues from Devil May Cry 5 and give Bayonetta a motorcycle weapon. That would be so freaking awesome.
Out to find some answers about your past, are we? You've quite the familiar face, and using the same powers, but you'll have to forgive me.
Oh yeah, jump cancel Tetsus. The best kind of jump cancels.
Same powers?
I'll teach you guys about that in a minute.
Don't make me laugh. Your little dip in that lake has left you a bit rusty. I've been high and dry for 20 years now. The only rust on me is from the lack of any real challenge.
Yeah, I love that detail. And if you pay attention, yeah, she's missing that that watch.
You've already...
But you wouldn't notice it because you're busy staring at her cleavage. Whoopsie daisy, look at that, she took the watch.
This is a moment I've long desired. But you've forgotten your destiny. And wasted the past 20 years.
I gotta say, I love Grey DeLisle's voice. She was definitely the perfect choice for Jeanne. Although I think her name isn't Grey DeLisle now. I think it's what was it? Grey...
Eyes of the world.
Oh wow, I forgot what her new name is. If you guys remember it, please post it in the chat.
Jeanne, as heir to the clan, the time has come for you to prove your right to fight under the Umbran name. You may select opponents of your choice.
Then allow me to face the outcast.
None. Healing Kiadagat.
No! You!
Challenging her would be a violation of our tenets of faith.
You're not supposed to do that!
It would not be the first time we faced each other.
Kiard,
Will you face me in this hallowed arena?
Well, if you say so.
Well, if I must. But I pray you've got a little something for me in return. You know, I'm very fond of stuffed animals.
Yeah, no, Grey DeLisle, but she hasn't... Like, she got married, so she has a new name. A new surname, I should say. Grey Griffin. There we go. Grey Griffin. Thank you. This stage is actually designed to teach you about witch walking, which is just basically walking on the wall, and that's about it. Oh god, I messed it up. Go home, people. This is not a pure platinum run anymore. No! I got a gold. I'm so terrible at this game. I am so sorry. I've soiled it. I've soiled it so badly. And yeah, her hairstyle is... I wonder if they actually took cues from Star Wars for that hair bun look. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, there's already a Star Wars reference in this game with the lightsaber sword, so who knows? Alright, well, let's witch walk over here. Break this statue, get that heart, because that totally makes sense in this world. And also fight a bunch of baby faces, as one would. Deer and Decorations, yep, that is their name. That is actually kind of ugly. Free witch time! Awesome. You're 10 years too early. Oop, oop, oop. Almost fell off. So as we continue witch walking, we got to get to the front door over here, and we'll be able to continue just fine. And just like that, through video game conveniences, the moon goes away. Let's activate the statue. Break through that. Easy stuff, really. You gotta love that Virtua Fighters reference. And here we go, the introduction of everybody's favorite character, I think. Be honest, what do you guys think of Luka? Because I actually think Luka's kind of cool in a goofy way. I mean, to be honest, I think Luka would be best friends with Sam from Metal Gear Rising. They both would definitely be bros.
Do you believe in fate? Fate brought us here together, and it will never tear us apart.
Yeah, but a table would probably do that. Spider-Man, away! I love his theme song so much. This character is nothing but pure goofiness. This is the guy who thinks he's cool, but probably not. Honestly, I resonate more with Luka. I'm the kind of guy who thinks he's cool, but I'm really not.
Fleur de ciré, eau de parfum.
J'ai besoin de papier toilette.
Floral bouquet. With its subtle hints of rosemary. You know, in the language of flowers, rosemary equates to remembrance. Which doesn't quite equate to you, now does it? Bayonetta. Shit! Will you stop that?
That little bug on Enzo was a nice touch. Seeing you here, I suppose it wasn't the only one. You've certainly you, haven't you, my little Cheshire puss?
I'm not your pet. The name is Luka. A name you better remember. Oh! Shit! Damn it! Wait! You can't just run away from me like that! I know what I saw that day!
I know what you did last summer! Oh boy, here come the bots. Isn't it funny how the bots show up when Luka is around? I'm on to you, bots.
I know all about your kind. Sure, my colleagues laugh at me for chasing fairy tales, amongst other things. But I know you're real. I know
Amongst
the
other
truth.
things. I love that shot.
Smell. It's the same smell that clung to the air the day my father was murdered. Which means I'm...
You really want to be the mod? I'll make you the mod after the stream is over.
I'll let you in on a little secret, Cheshire.
The name is Luka.
Not now, Cheshire. The big people are talking.
You need to hone your sense of smell, my dear. There's no rose Rosemary's a demon repellent.
Let's go. By the way, hold on. If you look carefully, Luka is hiding nearby. Let me see if I can find him. Hold on. Let me see if I can find him. He's around here somewhere. Damn it, it's a really cool detail that I love about this game, where you can see Luka hiding somewhere and taking pictures. Ah, damn it. I wish I could find them. Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead and reset the match so that we can actually focus on the fight. Alright, let's do it. Because, yeah, he's supposed to be somewhere near the pillars, but I couldn't see him, unfortunately. Gotcha. Yeah, I know in other parts you can definitely spot him, but here I couldn't see him for some reason.
You only run away so fast because you've got something to run from. Me! But you can't escape me forever.
I sense you nearby. I can almost taste it. Yeah, Beloved's like, let me get the fuck out of here. I am not going to get my ass whooped by a tiny little lady. What? I'm actually kind of shocked I got a low score out of that. What the fuck? Wow, again, I am terrible at this game. Anyway, let's break open this treasure. Get that bullet. Jump up here to get the heart, because that's totally normal. Coming up are these little wheeled angels, and they love smacking Bayonetta at almost an instant. That's kind of the thing I don't like about Bayonetta 1, where enemies are introduced and they immediately start attacking you. They can definitely throw off your game. So right now, I am focusing on the moment when they are about to attack me. Enchant. Not my favorite angels, but not my least favorite angels either. There we go. Okay. I am not falling for your tricks, you weird wheeled angel. Alright. Jump up on the bridge. There will be a hidden alfheim over here. Oh yeah, no, that projectile is awful. It's not even that it comes out fast, it's just that there's no telegraphing. The only way to telegraph it is through the sound effect it makes, which oddly enough is the same sound effect that the Bazillion makes when you shoot. It's weird. Oh damn, I was right within its vicinity. I messed it up. Again, do I have to mention it? Dead. If it wasn't for that one hit, this would have been a certified pure platinum. But alas, I have to settle for mediocrity. It's actually not that difficult to get the achievements in this game. There's like maybe like one or two that may be a little bit difficult and may take some time, but for the most part, you can get a lot of stuff done if you are very keen on the game's combat. Of course, having a guide handy is pretty helpful too, because there's a lot of places, there's a lot of stuff that's hidden around the game that you wouldn't even know where things are located, you know? Next up, we got another alfheim over here. And this is actually one of my favorite alfheims. Limited kicks and punch. The whole idea here is you cannot be button mashing. You have to make every hit you do count. This is where I think the shooting technique that Bayonetta has, you know, the one where you hold down the buttons, definitely comes into play. As long as you know how to extend your damage with your punch and kick buttons, these limited kicks and punch segments are a breeze. I mean, they're still difficult, but understanding Bayonetta's full potential is what makes these alfheims so good. They're meant to teach you to get the most out of Bayonetta's abilities. out of here. That may not be a pure platinum though, because I took too long. I mistimed the combo there. Oh! I still got it. Never mind. I'm the best gamer there is. Okay, now that we got those alfheims out of the way. How do you pronounce them? Alfheim or alfheims? Now that we got those alfs out of the way, we can progress to the next verse. Let's just get back down over here. Here, we're going to encounter that beloved that tried to run away. But this time, we are not going to let it run away. I call upon you, my brother! Why, hello there. Do you need service? Let me help you beat up this witch. Yeah, try as you might, you won't be able to do it. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and pick up this little axe you dropped and use it on your brother. That gives me a nice chunky multiplier. Look at that. Those weaves control beloved. They never stood a chance. Delicious angel. They must taste pretty funny. Actually, no, they probably would taste sweet because they're angels. You know, as sweet as an angel, you know? Angel cakes. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with that joke, so let's just drop it. Before we continue, let's go ahead and break these things open. I believe I saw one of Antonia's books over here. Hey everybody in the chat, can you answer this person? Which is the game I prefer the most out of 1 or 2? Because I'm not about to start ranting about that one game that shall not be mentioned. Yeah, I prefer Bayonetta 1. There's a lot of things about 2 that I just do not like. But I'll talk about all the problems that Bayonetta 2 has when we reach that game. I'm sorry. I kind of suck when I talk. I'm always just blathering everything out. Anyway, we had to backtrack all the way over here to find this other hidden alfheim. There's quite a lot of alfheims in this particular chapter. And in this one, all we gotta do is use torture attacks. Seems simple enough. The easiest way to build magic for torture attacks is to use those afterburner kicks. I got hit. What the heck? We're going for the record. And I got hit. No! That's not cool. Excuse me while I try that again. I am not walking away with anything less than a platinum score. I always hear, damn, what's that word? I always had it in my mind, but I'll tell you when I hear it. I'm not going to waste time. As much as I can go for a higher torture attack amount, I'm just going to get through this real quickly right now. I remember I was able to get up to 14 torture attacks at one point here. Okay, so what I hear Bayonetta say is probably something that's not going to make sense to any of you guys whatsoever. But whenever Bayonetta uses that torture attack, I always hear her say, Calvin Ball. And if you don't know anything about Calvin Ball, it's the little sport game that Calvin created in Calvin and Hobbes. I know, right? The weirdest thing that I hear? I mean, that's what I hear. I don't know. I guess I've been reading too much Calvin and Hobbes comics. But I do believe that someone here said that they hear Cannonball, which I think actually makes more sense. I can hear Bayonetta saying Cannonball just as well. Oh, thank you, Gui Gandhi. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. I lost a lot of weight. I'm proud of myself. And I intend to keep it off. Oh, hold on a sec. That's right. I picked up a vinyl record along the way, which means that we get access to a new weapon. What's it gonna be? What is this secret weapon that's been hiding all along?
Another LP? Working me to the bone. But no need to pity me. I was bored anyways. Let me go whip some things into shape for you.
Moonlight Sonata. Great choice of music. There we go. I don't know why, but I can only snap with my pinky. Pinky. I mean, I can snap with my other fingers, but I make a louder snap with my pinky.
This took a bit to pound into shape, but the workmanship's solid. Now, go put
Shuraba. Honestly, one of the better weapons in this game. And the fact that you get it so early is incredible. Since we're here, let's see what other techniques I can buy. Let's start getting a bunch of these things out of the way. Let's get Stiletto. Let's get Heel Stomp. Let's get Breakdance. Let's get Witch Twist. And Umbran Portal Kick. There we go. We got almost all of Bayonetta's essential abilities. There's just one more that's missing, but we're not going to be able to get it until we reach Chapter 5, I believe. So, Shuraba is definitely one of Bayonetta's best weapons, and I'm going to show you why. It can be pretty busted in the right hands. There we go. That's not the demonstration. You'll see what I mean when I get there. Alright, let's get that. Also, there is a heart hanging around this tree. Because, you know, that makes total sense. Yeah, Shuraba PKP is definitely broken. Honestly, just the regular Tetsu is broken itself. Alright, is there anything that I'm missing around here? Sorry, my memory is a little fuzzy. I may not remember everything this game may have to offer, so I always have to double check some of these things. If nothing else, I can break these benches to get some ingredients. Which I'm probably not even going to use anyway, because I don't use items in this game. But okay, here we go. Coming up is the appearance of Fortitudo. And when you fight against Fortitudo, he can be a pain in the ass because his head basically covers the entire screen. But if you get in the corner of the room and you start using Tetsu Shurabas on the guy's face, your score will skyrocket straight to ×9. It is crazy. I'll show you guys when we get to that bit. Who's this scurrying little bug? Of course, for this to work, Bayonetta has to step into this realm.
Hide and seek, my scurrying little friend. Just a child.
It's not just a child, Bayonetta.
You're certainly not dressed in your Sunday best.
Whoa, flashback. What could it mean? It's funny how Bayonetta knows that song, even though that song wouldn't exist for another 500 years. But... No, we're gonna get eaten by the angels. Please save us. Save us. Alright, let's see if I can take good care of this creature. Oh, here comes another QTE. Don't worry, I won't mess this up. See? Easy peasy. QTEs are a non-issue. Aha! Pure plat. What better way to end this on? Look at that gold right there. It's killing me. Ah, I am not perfect. Ah, oh boy. I suck at this game. I'm sorry, guys. Round over. No. Absolutely no items. Only Gold Moon Pearl. That is the only thing we need. Okay, guys. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to wrap up this stream, but I do thank you all for tuning in and watching this. Absolutely, I will continue this stream another time. I'm going to try and figure out when I'll be back to streaming this game. I think sometime around the middle of Sunday, this Sunday coming up, I should be able to stream this game. Stay tuned on my Twitter profile. That's where I'll be making all the updates. And by the way, if you haven't already, check the description in this video because I have links to my Discord channels. I have a link to my Wonderful 101 Discord channel if you want to talk to people who love Wonderful 101. And I have a special Discord dedicated to talking about the mechanics of Bayonetta, which is called the Bayonetta Lab Corner. We are 100 members strong, and if you want to learn how to play Bayonetta and be able to do these kick-ass combos like I do, that's a Discord channel you should definitely check out. We are there sharing combo clips. We are there talking about techniques. We are there talking about pretty much high-level stuff. But we also make it a point to help out new players that are unfamiliar with Bayonetta. So if that sounds pretty cool to you, make sure to join. And if not, just make sure to stick around and watch these streams as I progress further on. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I got lots of cool stuff on my YouTube channel that's worth checking out. And, well, I mean, that about wraps it up. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. I'd say this was a pretty good run for now. But keep it... I keep repeating myself, but yeah. So I'll just end it right here, alright? Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, stay wonderful.
I know that you'll be back.